The entire world has changed. What we know is that we can put golf on safely, but there's a number of factors that we need to consider. We very accurately assess risk. We're working with the host government, we're working with the public health authorities to do absolutely everything we can to decrease the risk from coronavirus. Our athletes are subject to some of the strictest screening and testing criteria on earth. Even prior to coming to the tournament in Austria, people have had a negative PCR or molecular test. Every single day they'll fill out a symptom questionnaire and a temperature check before they even get access to the golf tournament. And on the first day of arrival, before people get access to the course, again they'll have a further PCR antigen test. And it's only when they're clear from those processes that they can come in and enjoy the tournament. Because I guess there's two things that are important. It's getting golf back out, but it's also doing so in a very safe and a controlled fashion. We're very lucky to work with Signpost, who are producing these tests in between 2 and 4 hours. If you think, for example, Premiership football, Bundesliga, etc., it's taking a day or two. We're actually able to have testing here on site that's producing fast, accurate results within 2 to 4 hours.
Oh, it's very, very different. Very different. So we really have to get checked every single day. We have the things to do. We need to prove that we're not contaminated with anything every single day. So it's very different from what we're used to on the Challenge and European Tour.
Yes, it was negative. Yes. When you get here, you have to do a test and you have to do a temperature check and all that sort. That's new and it's different.
Give you that, and I'll take that.
Thank you very much. It's just part of the new rules on tour, and you just gotta accept it.
I am smiling at you.
All right, thank you.
I'm all right. How are you?
It's good to obviously be tested again, and it just feels a little bit more comfortable. Like if you know for certain everyone's all right, and everyone seems to be doing the right thing with social distance, and so certainly my experience so far has been all positive, and it's been good to be back, and feeling safe anyway.
That's great. Thank you. All right. Thanks.
So we very accurately assessed risk. We're working with the host government, we're working with the public health authorities to do absolutely everything we can to decrease the risk from coronavirus. Social distancing, we're needing to keep 2 metres from everybody every time, no matter which country we're at. If we're bringing a lot of people together, socially distancing is exceptionally important. So we're saying to our players, our caddies and staff, 2 metres at all times, except for the player and caddy group, because if you're a player and caddy, then essentially it's very difficult to separate these two people at all times. The second thing is enhanced standards of hygiene. So washing your hands, using hand sanitizer all of the time. Hand sanitizer is in every single tee, it's at all the toilets and at all the eating facilities. So that's another really critical component. The third thing is wearing a facial covering at all times when you're inside. And that's why golf is so good. It's actually a very safe sport, going out, enjoying stuff, and I think that's why governments have been enormously supportive of golf. So it's great to be back out in the fairways, and there's a lot of things that we've put in place. Coronavirus is far from easy, but I think that at the European Tour we're well placed to deal with it and work out together what are the constructive things that we can do.
It feels safe too. Obviously all the precautions the European Tour are taking to make it possible to play feels good.
We've all seen the different sporting events around the world that's been started, so I think you learn from each other. And I think golf is a sport where it's quite easy to stay away and keep the distance between each other. So let's hope everybody stays safe. There's no spectators, so it's as quiet as you can get it. And I think that's the way to do it at the moment.
We get so much information on every single player, and staff member is, willing to give up some of their, time just to get into things, how they work out, and keep the distance and just stay safe.
Recognising that golf is a sport that's pretty safe, but how important it is that we do everything we can to minimise any risk from the coronavirus. It's good for us all to be out in the golf course. It's good that we're back to our work, but things will be completely different as well in terms of the social distancing, the enhanced standards of hygiene, and the other things that we're going to have to do for all of 2020 and probably beyond.